Hi everyone, I'm immigration lawyer John Khosravi. Thank you for joining us to an exquisite day. A lot of changes happening. The new president is here, President Biden. Today's Wednesday, January 20th. And as soon as he jumped in, we got started with immigration. So although it's our live Q&A, we're gonna jump into talking about what's going on with the immigration system, what plans have been made, what changes have already been made, what does it all mean, the Biden immigration plan, the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2020, along with the executive orders. We're gonna get into that right now. A lot of highlights. It's mind-boggling the amount of things they're doing. Introducing a bill, so let's go into the details of what they say is in the bill. It's not clear what's gonna end. This is just the beginning. We're gonna see what happens at the end. So just remember that these things are not written in stone. They're gonna change. So the bill is gonna allow undocumented individuals to apply for temporary legal status with the ability to apply for a green card in 5 years if they pass criminal and national security background checks, pay their taxes. I don't think that's probably gonna end up happening. No way the Republicans, they're gonna drag things down. That's not gonna happen. But Dreamers, TPS holders, Dreamers are DACA, the people who came with their kids, plus TPS holders, temporary protected status. They're from countries visiting here. Some crazy stuff happens in their country. They can't go back, and they say we can stay here temporarily till the situation in home country is better. And immigrant farm workers who meet specific requirements, those three groups, are gonna be eligible for green cards immediately under this legislation. We'll see. And then after 3 years, all these green card holders who pass necessary checks and everything can apply for citizenship. Usually it's 5 years to apply for citizenship if you have a green card, 3 years if you're married to a US citizen. This would change that for these individuals. Just kind of unfair because there's other people who have been in line, but okay. Applicants must be physically present in the United States on or before January 21. So the cutoff for people that could apply for this are people who came before January 1st, 2021. And the DHS, the Department of Homeland Security, could waive that requirement for those who were deported on or after January 20th, 2017, but were physically present in the US for 3 years. So there's a lot of nuances to this. They're gonna change the word alien to non-citizen to be more respectful. They say we're gonna clear the backlogs, recapture unused visas. So there's a huge backlogs for a lot of people in employment-based categories, for example, in India and China. There's backlogs for family members, brothers and sisters. He says we're gonna clear that. I don't know how that's technically gonna be possible because there's a limited number of green cards every year. I'm not sure how they're gonna actually do that. One thing too is when they give a green card out to a family, they count that as, let's see, there's a dad, a mom, and 3 kids. That's a family of 5. They count that as 5 separate visas for counting purposes. So it eats up a lot of the numbers of immigrant visa, green cards that are out there. But the rules kind of do say that you could count that whole family as 1 unit. So they change that up. All of a sudden you get a huge number, extra amounts of immigrant visas available. So that's great. Eliminating lengthy wait times and increasing per country capita visa. So this doesn't make sense what they're saying go out. So they're saying we're gonna end per country visa cap. So right now, every country could only get a certain amount, a maximum of immigrant visas, green cards, if it comes to the United States each year. So for example, in India, because there's so many applicants coming from there, they've maxed it out. There's a huge wait from India because there's so many people applying, but there's a limit as to how many could come each year. They max out that limit. Well, if they take away that limit, then all of a sudden a huge number is gonna come and that's gonna create a huge backlog on its own. So that doesn't make any sense what they're saying. We'll have to see how it actually plays out. It also says they're eliminating the 3 and 10 year bars. This is a situation where someone overstayed a visa and has to leave to get their immigrant visa interview. They overstay for a period of time. I'm not getting too much of details, just general big picture. They leave the United States, they're barred from coming in for 3 or 10 years. 3 or 10 years. This is one of the main things my office deals with. I get people who came here either without permission or they overstayed a student visa or something like that. Usually someone came without permission, gets married to a US citizen, for example. To finally get the green card, they have to leave, go to their home country embassy and come back. But by leaving, they become subject to a 3 or 10 year bar unless they apply for a waiver. But this would do away with the requirement for a waiver. That would be wonderful. There's a lot of people that would get affected by that. That's a big one. There's another thing that says to more explicitly include permanent partnerships and eliminate discrimination facing LGBTQ families. I'm not sure what that means. There's this problem that if you want to do a marriage case, you have to be married, but a lot of countries overseas do not allow same-sex marriage. So then they can't file for a marriage-based green card unless they both travel to a country that recognizes same-sex marriage, which is difficult. How are they gonna prove this couple is actually in a permanent partnership? We'll have to see the details of how that's gonna work. They're also gonna promote protections for orphans, widows, children, and Filipino veterans who fought alongside the U.S. in World War II. There's not that many people, but that. The bill would also allow immigrants with approved family partnerships, sponsorship petitions to join the U.S. temporarily. So you have a family case pending, it's pending for a while. You could come in the United States while it's pending until the green card is issued. There is a thing called the K3, the K4, the V. These aren't used as much, but this would be wonderful because we have a lot of families that are separated, waiting. Why not bring them together in the United States if the case is easy enough? They're also going to ban discrimination based on religion and limit presidential authority to issue such bans in the future to prevent another President Trump from coming, another version of that, and doing massive bans on people based on religion. How are you going to prove it's based on religion? Who knows? But the bill also increases the green card visa lottery from 80 to 80,000 from 55,000. So a lot more people, and this is what I always recommend, if you're interested in getting a green card, apply for the diversity visa green card lottery if your country meets the requirements for that. They're going to promote immigrant, refugee integration, citizenship. We talked about how they're going to increase the number of visas, but they're also going to help student visa holders to stay longer, do work, and have a path potentially to get a green card, while at the same time helping American workers with the Department of Labor so that foreign workers won't affect their wages. That part doesn't make sense altogether. We'll see how that actually works out. But they're going to help H-1B visa holders, spouses potentially get work authorization, which is great. Prevent their children from aging out once they're 21 if they've been here. Add some sort of investor packages to help stimulate regional economy. And help unskilled non-immigrant labor and all this kind of stuff. We'll see how that works out. But they're going to increase the U visa, people who are victims of serious crime in the United States. More numbers, working on that faster. So that'd be great. They're going to help technology at the border to crack down. They're going to go and help communities outside the United States where migrants are coming to the United States to help deal with the situation that's causing them to come here. So that's interesting. We'll see how it actually happens on that. They're going to crack down on smuggling and trafficking. Those are some big ones there. And improving the immigration court system, trying to get rid of the backlog, allowing judges more discretion, which President Trump was trying to completely get away. Hopefully they do that. They really destroyed the immigration court system. The previous president did. Help training judges more, improving their technology, reducing backlogs, and supporting the U visas as I talked about, the T visas, the VAWA cases, raising the U visa cap from 10,000 to 30,000. A lot of these are more technical, but it affects a large number of people that have had really difficult times. So that's going to be, we're gonna see what actually happens. So we got to see what happens in the Congress, in the Senate, and what's finally passed. And we'll talk about that more here live, the JQK Immigration Law Firm channel. But I thought it was important to share because it happened today, and so it kind of took away from our live Q&A, but I think that's really important to share. Do you think for those who are under administrative processing after interview, is there any good news? We're waiting for over a year with no information. No, unfortunately, I don't think administrative processing is going to be much of a change. If anything, it's getting worse. I had a case right now that got administrative processing in China, and I would never get administrative processing in China. Who knows what's going to happen? It's such an internal security measure, this administrative processing, for people who go their visa interview, and all of a sudden there's a large hold before they make a decision. My clients right now, I mean, they're heartbroken, frustrated, angry, mad. It was a mess last week dealing with that. But the reality is administrative processing is something they're doing. They give us no information on this. I'm assuming it's probably going to continue. Is it true that that people who have I-130 approved can now have non-immigrant visas and can't go to the US while waiting for the prior date to be current? It's always been true that if you have a visa to temporarily come to the United States, you can, even with an I-130 approved. However, it's up to the embassy to issue that visa, and it's up to the border patrol, border inspector at the airport whether they're going to let you in. So you technically can come, most people do, and it's not a problem, but there's controls on that, and so you have to expect the worst potentially. So be prepared. There's no for sure like it's going to work out. Ahmed said, I had a tourist visa rejected before almost 2 years to visit my girlfriend when she had open heart surgery. Now we're married and gonna do an interview at the same embassy. Is my previous rejection tourist visa gonna affect my interview? So if you are doing like a green card case and you had a previous rejection of a tourist visa, that previous rejection does not really affect the new case. This is a whole different thing, a green card case, as opposed to tourist visa. However, If there's inconsistencies in what you said in the application for a tourist visa, then what is going on now, they may accuse you of fraud, and that could be a problem. So I really need to see what you said at the interview, what kind of notes the officer may have taken, what was said in the form DS-160, the application, what documents you submitted. If they find inconsistencies there, it could be a problem. For example, you might have said, I'm coming to the US for a tourist visa to see Disneyland, but you were really coming to see your girlfriend. Now for the marriage case, they asked you when you start dating your girlfriend, you say, well, before that tourist visa option. Like, well, why don't you tell us you had a girlfriend in the United States that you want to visit? You lied to us then. You were just trying to go see your girlfriend, maybe get married and stay in the United States, but you told us you're going to Disneyland and you committed fraud. That could come back and be a problem if they took detailed notes on it or if you didn't fill your information right or wrong. And that's why you got to really analyze this stuff before moving forward to avoid potential problems from popping up. Sandra says, my I-485 and I-130 was denied because I never went to the interview, and that's because I never got an invitation letter to, do I reopen or refile? And Sandra, you need to talk with the immigration lawyer ASAP and try to deal with that. You know, you could contact the ombudsman's office, contact the congressperson, you could contact the USCIS office, try to fix it. And then maybe file an appeal and refile. So there's a lot of things that you should do and do it quickly, but you need to have an attorney with you. And that's one of the reasons when people, I had a person contact me today and said, is it worth it to get a lawyer? You know, I have an easy case. This case, they got an interview notice, it didn't come in the mail to them, and USCIS denied because they said you didn't come to your interview. However, if you had a lawyer, your lawyer would get a copy of that interview notice as well, and although you didn't get in the mail, it was lost in the mail, your lawyer would have got it. And because of that, your lawyer would have made you aware, you would have not missed your case, because now you got a denial, potential going to immigration court, maybe thousands and thousands of dollars more in cost, and this, or at least thousands of dollars more in cost. And that could have all been fixed if you just had a lawyer getting the stuff as well. Can I apply for citizenship before 5 years after I get a green card? Yeah, if you've been married and living with a US citizen, you could probably try after 3 years. If you're a regular green card holder, 90 days before the 5-year mark, you could potentially apply, but there's a lot more that goes into that. I did a detailed video on this on my YouTube video. Go to JQK Law Firm on YouTube page. I just released it 10, 12 minutes, maybe 17 minutes, can't remember how long, but this breaks down all the timelines related to doing citizenship and what's needed for timelines. Definitely check that out. But with that, we're gonna call it a day. I'll be back again next Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific time on the JK Law Firm Facebook page, YouTube page, Instagram page, and the TikTok page. It's under Immigration Lawyer John for that. If you want to schedule a consultation in my office, just email me, describe your situation in the description, say, hey, this is my case, and then I'll reply and let you know how the consultations happen. My email is info@jqqlaw.com, JQ like Queen, K like King, law.com, and I'm Immigration Lawyer John Khosravi. God bless, be safe, and we'll see you all next week. In the meantime, do catch the videos on YouTube. There'll be some stuff popping up on TikTok as well. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed this educational video. We have a second channel with much more information as well at JQK Immigration Clips. Please check that out. Also, you'll find our social media site has a lot more videos, images, and information about the US immigration process. Please check those out on the various social media websites.